Hi, Tyler Fidelity here. Today we're going to talk about a very interesting headphone. This is the Skullcandy Crusher. This is a $99 full-size sealed around the ear circumaural headphone. And it has a very unusual characteristic in that it has a, some might call it a subwoofer in it, but really it's a tactile transducer. It creates vibrations along with the bass to give you a better sense of the impact of the music. Before we get onto the sound, let's do a quick tour through these headphones. These are a $99 headphone, all plastic design, a little bit cheap feeling, but about on par or maybe a little bit better than most $99 headphones out there. The ear pads fold up into the headband like this for storage and transport. It does come with a simple fabric bag. The headphones have detachable cable on the left ear with a 1-button remote, 4-foot long cable, and a nice Slender connector on the plug end so that you can get it into your phone through the protective cases without any problem. I found them fairly comfortable. They're fairly light, and the isolation is a little bit below average, but fairly good. Good headphone for walking around the streets and listening to music and still being able to be a little bit aware of the traffic around you, which is a good thing. Headphones are nicely adjustable. My ears fit quite easily into the ear pads. So I found them quite comfortable. I enjoyed wearing them. Okay, now the sound quality. Well, first of all, let's tell you about this. The electronics here. The right ear has the battery compartment in it, and you push this little button on top, and it opens up, and there you can see where the battery is. The left ear is the earpiece that has the electronics in it to drive the Sensation 55 transducers. The Sensation 55 transducer is the transducer that produces the vibration in the headphones. Both earpieces have transducers in them, and they're a little metal piece that's on a spring, and I'm going to show you that in a second, that creates the vibration. When you put the headphones on your head, if you tap it on the side, you can hear kind of a boing sound, and that's these sensation drivers just wiggling around in there on their springs. I didn't have too much problem. I mean, you can tap it and hear it, but I didn't have much problem hearing this boingy sound from the drivers while I was wearing the headphones, so it doesn't seem to be a problem there. Although I did hear it once when I was chewing on a cough drop and it cracked and I heard a little springiness. But for the most part, that doesn't get in the way. So I'm going to go switch over here to a little film I took about the inside of these headphones, and so you can have a look. Okay, this is the Skullcandy Crusher headphones, and I've taken off the headphone baffle plate here, which has the drivers on it, which is on the ground here. And if you can see, what I'm going to do is show you this side of the baffle plate. So this is what is facing your ears, and here's the regular driver for the sound. This is the left earpiece, and so if this was on your ear, you can see this driver is towards the rear of the enclosure, which is a little unusual, but they do sound pretty good, so I guess it's not a problem. At any rate, on the rear of this assembly, you can see the getting a little tangled up in the wires here. Gotta hold it this way. So this is the regular driver. So this is where the regular driver attaches. And then this is the Sensation 55 driver, which is the transducer that provides this low frequency sensation of vibration when you're listening. And I've already taken the screws out, and you can see that this is a spiral metal cutout plate right here, and in the center, I'm guessing now, I believe there's probably a metal slug that goes into a coil that just sort of like a solenoid drives it in and out. And these cutouts provide a suspension, so you can push it in, and this suspension goes up and down. I don't know how easy that is to see, but you can see that, maybe you can see that it goes in and out a little bit there. At any rate, so what I've done is I've disconnected the wire to the regular driver, so that all you'll be hearing is the Sensation 55 driver. And I'm going to turn my signal generator on, and I've got it at about 60 Hertz, which is the resonant frequency of this device. And you can hear that it really doesn't make much sound. I'll turn it up to 1K. You can hear it's not very loud at all. But its resonant frequency is at about 60 Hertz. So I'm right about there now. And in order for you to get a better sense of it, I'm just going to put it on the baffle plate, and you can see that it kind of bounces around with the vibration. So again, we're at 64 Hertz. And then when I get away from the resonant point, it really doesn't move very much, so it vibrates on the baffle plate much less if I go away from 60 Hertz. Now I'll go up towards 60 Hertz again. And then I'm away from the resonant point. So this device really provides most of its input to the listener at around 60 Hertz, and it is not really making noise. It's creating a sensation of bass around your ears. And it does do that, and it's kind of fun, and I'm sure all the youngsters out there will like it. Alright, let's put these things back together again. Alright, so there you see how it works. Bottom line is that it's quite effective in terms of sound quality. The first thing is, without the Sensation 55 driver, you can take the battery out, and it does operate like a normal pair of headphones with the battery out, or you can turn the volume control on the Sensation 55 driver all the way around, and it will turn off the electronics. There's no on and off switch. As soon as it doesn't hear any music for 10 seconds, it will automatically turn the electronics off, and then as soon as it starts hearing music playing again, it will turn the electronics on. So there's no on and off switch for the electronics for the Sensation 55 driver. The headphones in passive mode without the driver active are actually quite good sounding. Has fairly good bass extension. It's a little bit of a warm sounding headphone, but not too warm. The bass impact is a little bit soft. It's not quite as tight and impactful as I'd like, and it doesn't extend quite down to the lowest octave, but it goes lower than a lot of headphones, so that there's still fairly good quantity bass, and the quality is fairly good as well. The big problem that these headphones have in the frequency response department is between 4 and 8 kilohertz, which is sort of the mid-treble. There's a big notch in their frequency response, and I think they designed that in because it's an area that can be glaring and harsh sounding if there's too much of it, and I think they reduced it so that it's never a problem when you're listening. It is a problem for audiophiles, and it's a problem if you know what good treble sounds like, and these headphones miss it a little bit, so they're a little bit veiled and distant sounding because of this notch. However, they're not strident or harsh, and they sound pretty good otherwise, so I give them a pretty high marks. I would say that they are above average by a good margin in terms of their overall sound quality without the Sensation 55 driver. With the Sensation 55 driver engaged, first of all, I'll say that I found this to be a very, very sensitive control. And generally speaking, I had it about midpoint. These drivers are somewhat resonant, around 60 hertz, and depending on the tone of the bass and the music, it may or may not excite the driver. So I found that as I changed songs, I needed to very finely adjust this to get it to the level that I liked. But once I did get it to a level I liked, it certainly was a very interesting addition to the already pretty good sound of these headphones, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. I'm, of course, an audiophile, and realistically, I'm not going to go to these headphones for a lot of listening sessions. However, I'm absolutely sure that a youngster, 20-year-old, who wants the big bass is going to get a kick out of it. In fact, I let my 17-year-old daughter wear these yesterday, and the first thing she said was, "Hey, are you going to get to keep these? And can I have them?" And I told her no, because this is a very interesting headphone, fairly successful at what it does, and I think a lot of people are going to get a big kick out of them and possibly fall in love with headphone listening because of this unusual experience, and over time graduate to better and better sounding headphones. But I think a lot of folks are going to get a kick out of listening to headphones with these, and will, in the long run, become headphone fans because of them. So I think this is a good headphone for the world of headphones, because I think they're going to provide so much fun for youngsters. All right, well, they're definitely getting a recommendation from me at $99. I think kids are going to get a blast with them. I think it's important that the young folks learn that this adjustment is very sensitive, and I think they'll have maybe one of their first experiences with carefully listening to their music as they adjust that. But I think they're going to be well rewarded with a fun time with these headphones. So yeah, I definitely recommend the Skullcandy Crusher at $99. I think they're a whole lot of fun. I think youngsters should get them because they are so, and I even think some of the audiophiles might want to get them just for the experience because they're not that expensive. So enjoy. Hope you get a chance to listen to these sometime soon, and we'll see you next time.